Brewton, lead in the pledge of allegiance.
Everybody stand, face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Be seated.
Call the roll.
Councilman Poole?
Here.
Councilman Cotton?
Here.
Councilman Littles? Councilman Watson?
Here.
Councilman Barton?
Here.
Mayor Lovelace?
Here.
Quorum is present.
Approval of the minutes.
I make a motion we approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Poole, seconded by Councilman Cotton. Any discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes. Minutes are approved.
I would like to welcome our visitors today. We have several people from the police department, from the fire department. I'm glad y'all are here today. And hope y'all will come back a lot more meetings. Approval of the agenda.
Make a motion to approve the agenda. No.
Copy of the agenda is up on the wall, and the council has a copy. I'd like to add one item under 8J. It's a discussion about the possibility of putting someone into the Dogwood Hills Cafe. Any other additions or deletions? All in favor of the agenda as amended signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Ayes have it, and the amended agenda is approved.
I'd like to call on the clerk to administer the oath of office to our new fire chief.
Okay, would you raise your right hand? Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Jeff Salter,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
Constitution of the State of Alabama,
Constitution of the State of Alabama.
the Code of Alabama, and the Code of Ordinances of the City of Brewton,
Say that one more time.
the Code of Alabama,
The Code of Alabama,
and the Code of Ordinances of the City of Brewton,
the Code of Ordinances of the City of Brewton,
so long as I continue a citizen thereof,
as long as I continue as citizens thereof,
and that I will faithfully and honestly discharge
that I will faithfully and honestly discharge
the duties of the office of Fire Chief
the duties of Office of Fire Chief
for the City of Brewton
City of Brewton
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You want to take a few moments for photos or afterwards?
Chief Salter, would you like to have a few photos with your wife and Connie can take them for you? Sure. Connie, you want to take a few photos? Might be 30 or 40 years before you get another chance to do it, right? Yeah. Look forward to working with you, Chief. Call on the city clerk.
First item under new business is the approval of the city May 2014 accounts payable.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Cotton, second by Councilman Watson. Any discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes and the accounts payable are approved. And continuing on, you'll see item B, there is Paymaster Payroll Outsourcing. We've had a discussion in the office, and I have with some of the elected officials, that current software in the office is vintage 1997, when the office was moved up here from the building on St. Joseph Avenue. And one of the things we'd like to do is outsource payroll. Now, what does this mean? There is a firm in Montgomery we spoke with. Being from Alabama, they understand all the RSA regulations, all the state tax regulations, all the Alabama regulations and our codes. They would have to simply get the rules we have for our payroll. Anybody using a time clock would be converted to web-based clock-in procedures. The data would be transmitted to them. We'd go to full electronic deposit, that's transfer of funds to the bank. There would be some growing pains in the fact that the payroll sequence will go from Thursday to Wednesday, to Saturday to Sunday. Now, what does that mean? You know, we normally compute payroll on a Wednesday, process it Thursday, and deliver it Friday. What'll happen is we'll process it Monday, get it up to them. They'll send it back for review Tuesday. We'll get it back to them Wednesday. They'll process the check to bank notifications Thursday with the pay Friday. And because of the transition, we're looking at dropping the first payroll electronically on July 11th, 2014. That'll give us enough time to get all the employee information. Employees will have to give us the voided check thing and all that processing. We'll make the attempt to do it all in the office and catch people as we can. I think it's a good idea, and the cost is about $875 a month or so. Comes up to $10,500 a year, and this is the resolution that would support that project.
We have a motion to approve resolution number 14-0512.
Second.
Got a motion by Councilman Watson, second by Councilman Barton. Any discussion?
John, I got one question for you.
Yes.
What kind of growing pains are you expecting to occur?
I forgot
At a
to
minimum.
clock in. I need to get a bank account. You know, if someone doesn't have a bank account, they would have the option of a loadable card, or it could be put into their savings. It doesn't matter what kind of account. It doesn't have to be checking. I couldn't get to the time clock. You know, do we need an admin person making sure everyone gets to this electronic time clock? Who is going to clock in? You know, does the leadership clock in too or not? These kinds of things, everything to do with the electronic transformation of time and data. Because we'll still have to have a manual input, because let's say Mr. Uhau's there, you know, he gets 80 hours, but they're not going to know he took a sick day.
Right.
Still have to do everything manually and tell them he had a sick day or vacation or what have you. So we're still going to have central admin authority in my office. See, those kinds of things. The regular logistical things.
Okay.
Further discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cobb?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes, and we'll start the transition. So, oddly enough, the next thing. We're looking at the software upgrade for what you see up there is general ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable, miscellaneous payables, which would be like airport hangars, sanitation, landfill, all those kinds of payments. It's difficult to track data. For an example, if the mayor asks me, you know, what did we do for sales tax in March of 2012? I have to go back to the paper document from March of 2012, pull that figure for him. I can't go into the system and pull that figure, I mean, at my fingertips. You know, that will alleviate some of that. Some of the vendor data, which is not easily accessible, this would be a one-stop click. You know, Councilman Watson wants, what did Public Works spend on gas, oil, and tires for every March back 5 years? We can start pulling that data without going through an hour or 2 hour research thing. We'll still have to keep the old system for historical data. I'm not quite sure what they can pull in and reorganize as historical data. They say they can't do it all. I think they can do more than they think because they looked at the wrong files. We'll look at that. IT is in on this with us. And there'll be some growing pains too. And BSNA Software, who's the recommended awardee here, they're going to help us key in any data if it's heavy. So let's say we had to put in 1,000 vendors, their personnel would actually help us input that old data to create the historical records. These 3 solicitations you see up there, we did have online demos from all 3. And I would tell you, CityPack, the current guys we use now, did not have an update for their own system, which was a bit disappointing. And you'll also see START up there that we kind of planned for success because the little stars indicate that there were payroll modules in these systems. We're not going to need a payroll module now because we'll keep the old payroll as historical data. We won't have to buy those payroll modules now, and the prices you see there are minus the payroll modules because you just approved Paymaster systems out of Montgomery. That cost up there is $10,500, and oddly enough, the payroll modules on both of these were around $10,000, give or take a few dollars. So I recommend that we approve this. We can start the transition on this almost immediately as soon as we talk to the vendor. And this is the resolution that would support that project.
John, I make a motion to approve Resolution 14-0512-1.
Second.
Have a motion by Councilman Barton, second by Councilman Watson. Any discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yeah.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Let the games begin.
Next item is our contractor that is exactly up for renewal the 1st of January, but we finally received from the attorneys. The same amount with the Chamber of Commerce is last year, $16,100 per year.
I'd like to add one thing also, that this particular renewed edition has a self-supporting clause that even though it's good for a year, it will automatically continue for a year if nobody gives each other a 30-day notice. So we don't have to do this every year anymore. It'll continue until someone becomes dissatisfied with it.
So we need a motion for the mayor to sign the agreement, or
Please.
just a motion to approve?
Same thing. If you approve it, he'll sign it. Yeah.
Okay, I motion to approve the agreement with the Chamber of Commerce.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Watson, second by Councilman Barton. Any discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you.
And call the red man.
Mayor and council, each year I have to come before y'all and get an annual municipal water pollution prevention annual report. And each one of y'all had a copy on y'all's stuff that Johnny sent to y'all. And the first one, we have to pass a resolution, is for the old lagoon. It's what we call the old lagoon, which is out in front of Bondurant's out there, back in there on Young Street. And is there any questions about this report that anybody has went through and looked at? If not, I'm asking the council to approve resolution number 14-512-2.
I make a motion, we approve resolution 14-512-2.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Poole, second by Councilman Cotton. Any discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Same goes for we call it the new lagoon, and on our reports we call it the North Brewton Lagoon, which was built back in 2000. And we did reports on it also. And anyway, there's not The only new addition that I got going on this here is, the Watsons, they're building some new lights up here up on the upper end up here. And actually, I seen the stuff on it Friday that come across my desk. Just give y'all a heads up, they're gonna build 5 new commercial lights up there off that Douglas property up there. And it's on this report where I put it on here. And, but anyway, I need the resolution passed for it so I can send it in to ADM also. 14-0512-3.
I make a motion for the passage of resolution 14-512-3.
Second.
Have a motion by Councilman Poole, seconded by Councilman Cotton. Any discussion?
Got a question. Right now, you said somebody gonna build houses up there by the lagoon.
Sir?
You said someone gonna build houses up there by the lagoon.
No, sir, no, that's not what I said. They're building a new commercial up there by the Douglas property up there across from the Tom Thumb.
Okay.
They're putting that in, Mr. Watson. I know y'all seen them signs up there. We're supposed to have a Popeye's chicken was supposed to went in up there to begin with, but that didn't turn out. So now they're going ahead and designing that thing so that it could be commercial lighted off.
Okay.
And we'll have 5 more commercial lights up there
Okay, I misunderstood.
for stuff to come in.
Okay.
As far as me knowing what's coming in, I don't have any idea. All I just know is there will be commercial lots up there.
Okay.
Further discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I think Ray maybe misspoke a little bit about the restaurant. I think it may be still coming.
Oh, it's coming, but it's coming in a different spot.
Correct.
I need to shut up and
You need to.
Chief, take care of him.
We have a upcoming vacancy on the school board, and I would like to appoint a committee of Councilman Cotton and Councilman Watson to report back to us with a recommendation. We also have a upcoming vacancy on the housing board, and I would like to recommend Councilman Barton and Councilman Poole. We also, the term for Mitch Lewis has expired on the Planning Commission, and I would like to appoint Reverend Willie Blue to that board.
Okay, we have the last item, which is J, possibility of having someone go to the Dogwood Hills Cafe, which everyone knows it's a little cafe in the pro shop at the Dogwood Hills Golf Course. Scott Pate has spoken with the owner of the main event, and she's amenable to going in there. And rather than, let's say, try to charge her so much that she can't get her head above water, we discussed with the council giving her a trial lease of 6 months. She would pay a portion of the utilities up there, basically no rent for the first 4 months, and probably about the 3rd month, the council would let us know what kind of rent would be agreeable with them and her, because we can't really give things away to that respect, but for a trial lease, we could up to the point to make sure she wants to continue. After the 6-month period, if she's successful, we would come up with a regular 2-year lease with full leasing, plus the utility payments and this kind of thing. But for now, we just want to make sure that she has a fair shot at it. I'd like to get a motion for that approval.
I make that motion, John.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Watson, second by Councilman Barton to negotiate with the main event. Any discussion?
John, what's the timeline for her to get up and running on that facility? Do you have any idea?
Well, there is an issue with the freezer. The guy's supposed to come in and look at the wiring within the next few days. So as soon as she has everything operational there, I don't know what it will take her to get the food and everything going. I don't know.
Okay.
But we'll certainly get on it. Excuse me. The answer is I don't know at
Okay.
this point.
Okay.
Further questions? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes. We'll let Scott know. Any announcements? Okay, I
would
have,
like to make one comment.
Okay.
I see we have Reverend Matthews here today, and I'm glad you're here. And I did talk to Representative Baker about the traffic situation and the traffic light that you were requesting, and I'll have to say that you have been requesting for a long time. He copied me in on his correspondence with the Alabama Department of Transportation. They copied me back on that they would have to perform a study. All that being said, my experience is that it may be a tough road on that. I still suggest, like we discussed in here, although this is not a city matter, that a meeting, you might want to get in touch with Alan Baker, and I'd suggest go to Montgomery, and, you know, we sit, and I'd be happy to go too, to sit face to face with them.
Mayor, if I just like to mention this, it's only been 14 years
I know.
that they were supposed to do a study, and nothing has transpired since that time. So it's going to be necessary, I guess, to go to Montgomery, either to get one of the channels automobile coming with that situation, because it's getting increasingly worse. Thank you, Jeff, and I'll be glad to go.
Sure.
Whenever that appointment is set.
Okay. Just sort of reporting back since I saw you here.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
we do have a request from the recent graduated leadership class. I'd like to call on Lauren Yoder, if she's in.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I supplied each of you with one of the flyers that we made in anticipation, hoping that you will approve our request to use O'Bannon Park and Jennings Park as the staging area for the Duct Tape Regatta, which is kind of a fun-filled afternoon that we'll have that goes in conjunction with the Blueberry Festival. Teams can register and build their own boat out of duct tape and cardboard and go down the creek, and whoever gets there the quickest gets a prize. The ones with the most creative boat gets a prize, and the team that raises the most money will also get an award as well. All of the money from this event will go toward paying for new playground equipment for the playground at Dogwood Hills.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion by Councilman Barton, second by Councilman Poole. Any discussion? Councilman Poole?
Yes.
Councilman Cotton?
Yes.
Councilman Watson?
Yes.
Councilman Barton?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you, gentlemen.
No further comments.
Motion with adjourn.